Hey, what's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Garage Talks. As you can see, it's the holiday season, so I had to bring some holiday cheer. I'm your guest, Desmond Reynolds, aka the Peacekeeper. Got a wonderful guest here today. Someone special, someone that means a lot in my life, that always facilitates my fun times in life. Running the movie theater all the time. My guy, Skylar Cox, man.
What's going on, Bill?
How you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Good, man. Good. You know, holiday seasons.
Oh yeah. We just went and checked out some Christmas lights and all that good stuff with the little one, taking her out and about and getting to seeing Christmas through her eyes is cool, refreshing, bit to it. So that's been nice for sure.
Oh, definitely, man. Any good lights out there?
Yeah, man. We went over by Gillum Street, and they had this super wealthy area over there.
Oh yeah.
And we were driving by, and they full on had a light show set up, and tune into this radio station. So you turn into that channel, and that full on had the music to sync up with the lights.
Lights.
Yeah, man, it was a trip. I was like, I ain't never gonna be that kind of rich in my life.
Never say never, man.
Never say never, but man, if I feel like I'd be spending on something else. But it was super cool, for sure.
The way I check my electrical bill, though, I don't blame you.
Yeah, like I was saying, I was like, yeah, I don't know if do you turn it 10 p.m. turns off,
right? Cut it off,
or does it go all night and then you get a nice $3,000 check at there, bill at the end of the month? So
man, that's definitely, man. Christmas lights, shoot, I got my one strand up and I'm happy. I saw my bill creep up just a little bit. I
just
was like,
enough.
Ooh.
Plus the heat and all that. Yeah.
Definitely, man. What's I gonna say with Christmas, man? What's like your favorite thing about Christmas? What's your favorite part?
I mean, I feel like it's a mixture of it all, to be honest with you. You got the movies, you got the music, you got the family time. Honestly, the cooler weather is also exciting. I can wear hoodies and not be sweating all the time is a nice bonus. But yeah, I think it's a good mixture of it all. Once you get past Thanksgiving, it's an immediate winter Christmas time kind of thing. So it's just a good feeling, very nostalgic, as I'm sure it is with you too. Just bringing back childhoods and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
a mixture of it all. But the music, bro, it's been hitting hard this year. Found out today there's 2 Run DMC Christmas songs.
Is there?
Yeah, there's the Christmas and Hollis, and then I forget what the other one's called. I think it's like Christmas Is or something along those lines. So
yeah,
that was cool. Nice, another hip hop Christmas song instead of it just being the same.
Right, definitely. Me for Christmas, man. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Being an only child growing up, my parents showed me love. They did. I ain't gonna lie.
You got all the presents.
Man, mom and dad, thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
But as I progress through life, I mean, probably one of my favorite hashtags, just materials.
Sure.
And it's growing up, it's like, oh, whatever. I'm loving it.
Right.
But honestly, just spending the time with loved ones in the holidays. I mean, I always think about that. If you have a family, you have friends you love, you have acquaintances, whatever it is, if you're spending time in taking that Christmas spirit and really just using that because your presence is a present, and I think that's huge, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for sure.
Along with the music.
Yeah. You can listen to music while you're hanging out with everyone,
right? Some eggnog.
No, I get you. Yeah, it became very product oriented, where it was a lot of it's about the presents and all that. But like you said, presents is a present. So getting to spend that time with family, and that is definitely the most important part of it, for sure.
Yeah.
So
definitely. Speaking of family, gosh, you got about to be 1 year old on your hand?
Yeah. On the 28th, man.
Almost my birthday.
I know.
Bro.
I remember I texted you. I was like, you might, or no, it was when you came over. I was like, you might have a birthday twin. Yeah. It's a trip. She's crazy. It's something I, always wanted to have for sure as a little one. And, yeah, the fact that she's going to be 1 is insane. She's quite the little character.
Yeah.
Always, man, she had me busting up so hard today. But she's quite the character. She's almost walking. She's thinking about it. She doesn't know how she feels.
Right.
She crawls faster than I've ever. Yeah, put her down for 1 second. She's in a whole other room.
Oh,
so,
man.
But yeah, no, and doesn't hurt that she's just super adorable. So
exactly.
But yeah, no, it's crazy.
I bet, man. That's crazy how time flies.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder. Got to crawl before you walk, man, in life and anything.
It's true.
It's definitely, I got to remind myself with that with anything I do. Like, you ever do something and you're like, you expect yourself to just know it right off the bat, but you're like, no, I need to learn it.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. I mean, I usually get frustrated if I don't pick up something immediately. Like, assume I'm going to be naturally gifted to be able to just do anything right off the bat with, being able to pick up basketball pretty quick and like music and that kind of stuff. And yeah, anytime I slightly struggle, I'm like, no, I'm not going back to soccer. No. I'm too big for soccer. So I'm going to stick to my sport.
Right.
But yeah. No, I got you. Yeah.
100%, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So with music, I know you're my music guy, man. How's that been of late? You still been producing? You still been doing? I know you had the album not too long ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I put out the last album last year and said it was going to be my last album, because I wanted to focus on the little one and all that. Knew that wasn't going to last very long.
I knew that wasn't going to last,
especially with how I really got into the last album for sure. So I was like, immediately after I was done with it, I was working on the next tracks. Yeah. So
you got that bug. You just got that bug.
Oh yeah, immediately. And so was working on stuff, but nothing really came to. Took a little bit of a break and back at it now. And as you know, you actually got firsthand listened to a bunch of the demos on the way back from Nas and Wu-Tang. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's going good. Hopefully I got like 4 different plans going right now with the music, like 4 different albums I'm trying to do. So,
my God,
trying to get Chico on an album with me. We've been talking about doing one for forever. Okay. And then, I got 3 different solo album ideas that I'm trying to do. So hopefully something next year. We'll see. But like I keep saying, I got to get you over to come over and check it out one time. So especially since you have me over here. So,
of course. Of course.
Because, I know we've been talking about that because the original plan was I was going to have you narrate the last album. Right. And then I just was like, this one's super close to the vest. So I was like, I'm going to just let it do its thing.
Let it do its thing.
But you made it. You're on there.
Yeah.
You're on that last track.
That's true. That's true. Shout out. That was fun. That was fun.
That was a cool collage of getting to hear everyone.
Man.
Be a part of it at the end. It was cool.
Yeah. Chico, if you hear that, man, you got name dropped. You got to get on that album, man.
Yeah. Step Brothers at some point, TBD. So, we've had that album concept for ever. So
we'll see. For real.
Oh yeah. Okay. We're gonna like do the reenactment of the movie cover with them doing like the terrible JC Penney, pictures and everything. So we'll see. But
how does one obviously life is busy. You're working hard.
Sure.
You're a father to a 1-year-old child.
Sure.
How does one stay focused on their passions? Music is your passion. I know that.
For sure.
I mean, how do you keep that focus? How do you stay on that path?
I'll be honest with you, it's been a lot tougher since she's been born because essentially my work area has become her room. So anytime that I have free time to work on music is when she's asleep. So nothing like playing super loud rap beats when you're trying to have your 1-year-old, almost 1-year-old, take a nice 2-hour nap. So I ain't gonna work out. So I bought some stuff to try and do some, on the go, so I can try and do stuff out in the living room versus being solely stuck in the bedroom.
You don't got the studio phones?
I do, but you get clacking on the keyboard and everything, and she knows when I'm in there. Plus that chair squeaks, so she's gonna hear me.
Gotcha.
But it's tough. So trying to do stuff, with her in the room, that was a cute moment I had with her a couple weeks ago. Was sat her on my lap and let her just mess with sounds, and it was pretty cute. So maybe have a little producer on my hand at some point, so I don't have to make any more of the music. I can just focus on the writing and stuff. So.
That's dope. I think you saying that right there, that's gonna make this album that much more heat, because you have your life in your lap working on something that you love to do.
Right. Yeah. So it's a definitely a inspiration for sure, where, you know, having that little one with you there. Yeah. Especially like today, I was playing one of the tracks I was working on while I was feeding her lunch, and she just was we got her dancing. We got her dancing the tracks, and when she started dancing me, I was like, she's just hyping me up. I pay her to hype me up. So,
right.
You know, she doesn't act. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, that was a cool moment. I was like, she better dance.
Right.
I pay her bills.
Oh, for real.
So, but yeah, no, that was cool.
That's dope. That's like game documentary.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yep. It was funny because I actually was thinking about that too, because I was like, not this last album, but the album before, I did the classic, you know, the Baby album cover with me as a kid. I was like, well, I'll just find some tire with 100 spokes on it and just sit her on there. Just do the game. But no, we'll see.
Yeah, no, that's super dope. I can't wait to hear this next album. You know, if you need me on there, I got you.
Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get you over there, so you let me know.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
For sure. With all that too, so I mean, I know you're working like crazy holiday seasons. World, he runs the movie theater. And one thing about me, I love my movies. I mean, it seemed like every time I'm there, everyone asking for you. Shoot, I know I'm asking for you.
That's true.
But you know, with that, first I gotta start by saying I think I know we've known each other since high school. And I gotta shout you out. Movies is such a big thing in my life. That's kind of one of my little escapes. Like, go to the theater, have a good time. Even if it's a bad movie, it's all good. Popcorn, have snacks. That's my thing. And so I always appreciate your presence being there. Like, I really do. I mean, just going in, having someone I can call a friend, and just, it makes it an experience.
Yeah.
And I always got to thank you for that.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Yeah, it's nice having somebody come in that you recognize or that you know, because then you feel a little more comfortable. Not to say that I act differently when it's people I know versus, I mean, a little bit.
Hey, come on,
you know. But I try to liven the mood,
right?
You know, joke around, that whole thing. So yeah, no, it's always fun. Like the other day when I was going up to cover a break and I see you from the distance, I knew what you were coming to do. Come get that giant bag of popcorn. So
giant bag of popcorn.
We got to chat it up for a little bit, talk about the classic Andre 3000 flute album.
100%.
So
I'm still listening to that. I'm trying to digest it. I
tried. Yeah. I tried.
Now, you know, on the popcorn, I put that straight in the fridge.
Yeah, I still don't understand that, but I'm glad that you enjoy it. I'm not hating on the game. I'm just questioning the game. But yeah, no, I'll have to try it one day. Maybe when you have some when I'm over or something, I'll have to try it. I just feel like cold popcorn just sounds interesting, or like refrigerator cool popcorn.
Well, now it's in the world. I mean, I'm on record. Yes, if I got theater popcorn,
Yeah, we got you on camera saying this too.
I'm gonna put it in the fridge because I'm not gonna eat it all. I already know.
That's fair.
It's like,
don't just put it in like a Ziploc bag. Put it in the oven.
No, because it, like, I tell you this, what I think. I think the butter is now.
That's fair. That's fair.
And so I'm like, cool. So each little kettle, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I got you. That's fair.
It's so long. With work and working in the theater, how do you deal with, and I guess this is life, how do you deal with controversies? I mean, you're working with the public, so of course you get somebody that's difficult. How does one lead by example with that?
I'll be honest with you, it's tough. You know, especially working nights now, I feel like nights is, you know, the holy grail for getting all the, you know, the individuals that have a harder time enjoying their movie.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's tough. I've had my fair share. I feel like I'm lucky to get a bunch of the very difficult people to deal with. So it's real tough, man. You know, there's some days where you want to stoop to the level and just not be so kind, and then there's days when you kill them with kindness and you just talk some garbage afterwards. You know,
Right.
we all go do huddle and be like, dude was crazy, right? Like, you know, but yeah, no, it's tough. One of the things I always harp on and I try to tell the staff is, if you're ever in a situation where somebody's being difficult, let one of us know, because I would rather be the person taking the brunt of the stuff versus them, because you know, that's what I get paid as a manager to do, even though I also don't enjoy getting yelled at all the time about us not having butter, or somebody's talking too loud in their movie, or let alone dancing at a Taylor Swift concert movie, because how dare they enjoy Taylor Swift to their full extent.
Hold up, somebody got mad at that.
So lady comes up and she goes, this is how you know it was going to go well. She starts with, well, I don't want to be a Karen. You're starting strong. You're leading me up to go.
Here we go.
Karen 101. And she's just like, yeah, there's these girls in the row in front of us, and they're dancing, and yeah, I just am not able to enjoy the movie. I get it. It's a movie theater. It's different than going to a concert and all that stuff. But so I went and had to go talk to the girls and be like, you guys mind moving down a couple rows so you guys can dance? Feel free to dance, you know. Even Taylor Swift herself was like, I want you to take pictures. I want you to record all that stuff that we absolutely do not allow.
Right.
So yeah. But at the same time, like I said, I get it. But it is also difficult when it's a concert.
How'd they handle that when you asked them?
Man, I felt so bad because they were young too. So they're like, you know, like 10 to 12 range. And here comes a grown man being like, stop having a good time. I didn't want to be the guy. So that's why I was like, I'm happy you guys are having a great time. I don't want to ruin it. But no, they were really cool. But I was just waiting for a parent to come down and be like, how dare you? Kind of thing.
I would have came at you like Kendrick. Sky, don't kill my vibe. Sky, don't kill my vibe.
Right. Yeah. You know, I'm in a Beyonce concert. I don't want to be interrupted by somebody telling me to stop, you know, doing the single ladies dance.
Right.
As one does. Get up, do the whole, no. But yeah, it's tough to deal with some people for sure. But thankfully it hasn't been too, like, it's been tough work-wise, but not in that instance. But I know I just jinxed it, and also with the holiday season coming up, something's going to happen. But,
oh, man, nah, you good. You always put out good energy, so that's good.
I try.
I mean, you a leader, man, like what you just said. You said, I'd rather not one of my teammates go through this. I'll stand up and take this fight on. That's huge, man. That's huge.
Try, you know, in those moments.
You do, man.
There's times where I try to avoid stuff and like, okay, it's so-and-so's turn to deal with it. Because, I mean, how many times have I told you stories that about the most insane stuff? So I'm good. Sometimes I would like a little break. Getting yelled at, it's not fun. So, but yeah.
What's your counter? Because I mean, only one can deal with so much. So, like, what's your counter in life to get away from all that? You have 2 rough days in a row, or like it's just not going for you. What's Skylar's counter to bounce back?
Honestly, like specifically when it comes to work stuff, probably music is usually a good one. Just trying to get away from don't go back to work to watch a movie at home. Like I was just saying earlier, I was like, you know, sometimes I don't want to go back to work, even though this is one of the few places where going back to work is cool. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no music. You
ever go to the other theater and be like,
I will admit I was a traitor recently. I went over there because I watched something in IMAX. I know. Oh, I know. Trust me, it hurt paying money to them and then also sitting in their super less comfy chairs and affordable rates. So, not to plug anything or anything, but I'm just saying, I always love when we get customers that come over and like, you guys are so much cheaper and you have the recliners. We've been going to the other place for years. And I'm like, sorry. Like, sorry you guys wasted so much money. Got people picking their seats. That always cracks me up. It's like, oh, I don't want to sit right behind somebody in front of that whole we don't do that. You ain't gonna be sitting right on somebody, so you're good. So I actually have something for you. I was meaning to do this at the jump and I forgot to do it because we got going.
What's up?
I want to give you props. Yeah, because I'm proud of you for getting this all going. Because I know when we initially we talked a few years back, you were talking about it, and I know you probably were brainstorming it even before we even talked about it. That was a good, almost going on 4 years now. So kudos to you, man, for having your dream and actually getting it going. And
thank you.
I've been watching every week, like I was just telling you a little bit ago, that because I'm proud of you for doing it. Super cool. Because I know you always are listening to my stuff, so I appreciate it. So I just want to give you props. I'm proud of you for doing it. Super cool. But I don't know if you remember that day, because that was the day I asked you to officiate the wedding. Remember that?
Man.
Yeah.
Yes, I officiated this wedding, y'all.
Yeah.
Man. we were at the basketball court.
Yep. Right over here.
That was such an honor. That's something that'll stay in my life. I mean, it's forever. Always.
I was like weirdly nervous to ask you about it. I don't know why.
I remember I was at the court like, gosh.
I waited for a while too, because I was like, I don't know why this is a super weird question to ask him right now. It was like I was almost proposing to you a little bit. I was like, oh my god, what if he says no? So now I was trying to.
I mean, what if I said
go with a backup plan? Yeah, no. So no. Yeah, So that long ago, because I asked you the year before that you were telling me all about your whole idea for this and everything. And
man,
even then we're like, I gotta get you on. The fact that we're sitting here almost 4 years later is super crazy. So.
Isn't that crazy, man?
Yeah.
It's God's timing, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just, it's definitely go time. And one of my favorite hashtags as well it was go time. Man.
Right.
So having you here is an honor too. You already know that. And officiating your wedding, gosh.
And you did great. I was
nervous. I was like a duck, man. I was cool on top, but low. I was.
I was gonna say, I was like, I know you talked about. You're like kind of nervous, but I wasn't too worried about it because you were our first pick from the jump. So I even mentioned to my wife, I was like, "This is who it should be," and she's like, "Oh, for sure." And I mean, I had numerous meetings beforehand and everything.
We sure did, like once a week, wasn't it?
Once a week, we'd always have our chicken bones and we were all good times. And so I appreciate you for doing that also, because definitely did your thing there.
Hey, and that video you sent me afterwards, like
yeah, man,
that was fire.
Yeah,
how was that day? Take me through it. Like how
super stressful. I mean, there was little things like I didn't have my suit until like a half hour beforehand.
I remember that
because we were like we were planning on taking pictures of like all of us on the court, like getting some hoops in with like in the tuxes and everything. But no, it was stressful for sure, but I felt like everything went pretty good. And as you know, with all the like one of my favorite moments, like, between you and I from that day was we were sitting there waiting for everyone to kind of go out to the field, and we were sitting there just chilling, and I had the Fleetwood Mac playlist going, and I was like, okay, we're at this song, so we have this many songs left until we need to go out there. And you're like, how do you remember like the track list like that? You're like,
oh man,
I know you made like a calculation joke. You're like, we have 13 minutes and 47 seconds, like that kind of thing. I was like, you're not wrong. That was exactly how much time we had left.
Man.
But no, it was good. It was a long day. As you know, we got to do our cool LeBron moment that I wanted to do post, because somebody had the clever idea of, baby powder getting all over your rented tuxedo is probably not a good look.
Right.
So, and here we were moments ago talking about how I never thought I would own a LeBron James jersey, and I was trying to do a LeBron. Look at me. I've fully changed. I'm so sorry, Kobe. This is LeBron's fault.
Man, diehard Laker fan right here.
I'll try my best.
Man, you really do. You really do.
There's tough years, as you will.
Definitely. But I mean, ultimately got married.
Yeah.
That was such a moment. I'll say from my standpoint, yet again, an honor. And then just to witness the beautiful scenery, your family, from your wife's family to your family to everybody. And then just to see you guys just being in that moment. That was such a moment to capture, man. And like love is the goal. That's the thing. Like everybody want to be loved. And someone that hasn't been loved, once they get a taste of it, it's the ultimate drug.
Right.
And to see you two in matrimony like that, oh my gosh, it was amazing. I had the best time. The location, the sun came out for us. You were nervous about that.
Yeah.
Sun came out for us.
Yeah.
Oh, such a vibe, man. I have to tell you though, the night before, I'm gonna tell you this funny story.
Is it from us bunking?
I guess we can add that in there. But
no.
I
shouldn't have brought it up.
The cell phone reception. You remember cell phone?
Oh yeah.
It was rough. Yeah. I was like, oh man. So I was trying to make a phone call in the dark, walking around. Bruh. Something ran up against my leg. And I was like, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm okay. It came back. I almost took off running.
I was gonna say at that point you just leave. I would have understood. We would have no.
I was close.
Hard to pass. Like, do you remember when we walked down to like the end cabins towards the very back where it was super dark, and I was like, this is straight up out of like Friday the 13th to like no.
It was the cat. It was the black cat though.
It was the cat.
I said meow meow.
That's fair. That cat was everywhere that day too. It had a nice little photo shoot and everything.
Right.
Yeah. No, it was a good time for sure.
Definitely. Great moment of history right there, man. Definitely. Always keep that there. I know you got videos and stuff, so it's huge.
That my big thing from that was I wanted to my part was I wanted to be in charge of music.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't speak for you, but I feel like I picked some pretty good songs.
Oh, definitely. You killed it for everybody. Back to music, man. I just see this trend with you. Okay. I mean, even talking to you right now, this moment, I hear music gets brought up. Is music like your meditation?
Oh, for sure. I have non-people loves in my life, and the two are basketball and music. And music for sure. 'Cause I'm not like a terribly religious individual. Like, it's something that I've definitely been curious about in my life. It's something I probably will explore, in the future kind of thing.
100%.
But man, I tell you, music is a weird, it's a weird feel in the moment for sure with those where,
because everything, like I just talking with you, come back to music, deal with somebody. Music. Yep. Music with my
and
kid.
It's not even necessarily like me making it. It's definitely just listening to it for sure, because you can get overly protective / you can critique yourself harder than anyone if you're making your stuff.
Oh man.
But listening to music, I pick and especially like producing, picking parts of songs that I really like. I like how they dubbed this. But even just like vocal layers. Because I'm a big Kanye fan, like musically, and he does a great job of having like moments in his music for me that I like. That the meme of like the kid got the earbuds in and it's like, I listen to this song and they're like floating off the bed thing.
Oh yeah.
It's a weird it's almost like a transcendence moment sometimes when you're listening to music. So it is a weird meditation, or not a weird. It is a meditation thing for me where I'm listening to music and all of a sudden I'm like, it's either a bolt of energy, or it helps me in my moment where maybe I'm not feeling my best. Listen to something a little darker. But always feel like there's a song that conveniently comes on in a moment of when you're needing it the most. But yeah, no, for sure, just putting the earbuds on and just zoning out for an hour listening to music kind of thing. making your certain playlists for certain things. And so, yeah, I would definitely say, because, you know, I don't sit there and I'd be such a cool thing. Like, I want to be one of those people that can just sit there and do the classic, like, but I can't do that. I can't just sit still. I'm such a, like, I feel like I got the ADD, like, yeah, super antsy. Got to always move, or tap in or something. Like, I'm sure I've been pretty antsy just sitting here.
No, you're good.
But
you're good.
But yeah, no, for sure, it's a good reset for me.
Yeah,
starting my day, ending my day, driving to work, driving home from work.
Yeah,
like, that's my time, and that's always been a thing that's gotten me through a lot of stuff through my life. So
music
for sure is very important.
Very important. Okay, I was just gonna ask, how important is it?
Very important.
It's up there, huh?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Definitely. I love that you said the word transcendence. I can't even say it right now, but really, you have to. I think that gym you just dropped, you gotta have your go-tos to get away.
Yeah.
To go away from whatever's going on in life.
Yeah. I
definitely have a couple. But what's cool is you have to study them and know them. You have to study yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I've done it in life where I would just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And it was like, I might get through, I might not, who knows? But you gotta have your go-to. So, like for you, for example, music. My day's not going that good in music. My day ain't going. My day is going good in music. Like me, I took up meditation. I think I told someone this before, and that's one of my go-tos. I got a few go-tos. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm like Kobe's footwork. Like, I got a couple go-to counter moves. You know, 100%.
Even though he talked mad trash
about the Lakers, not Kobe.
That's fair. I'll give him that.
About the Lakers,
I'll give you that.
Yeah. So you definitely. I love that you have that getaway. How also with a getaway, how important is it for you to have a team, like important people in your life? Is that something that's real important to you?
For sure. You know, it's very important. You know, having important people is
just someone you can count on.
Yeah, for sure. You know, when you're kind of struggling with yourself, getting other people's perspectives, or somebody to calm you down, or somebody to hype you up, something along those lines is very good.
Even to push you.
Or to push, even though I might hate it in the moment.
Oh yeah,
you know, like I good, but
I got pushed before by somebody, and like, and when I say push, obviously like a life nudge, like, hey, you got to go do this. Like, even starting the podcast, somebody was pushing me out of my comfort zone, and it's so easy to get grouchy at that, but you're getting pushed out of your comfort zone. Like, when your parents will wake you up for school, how grouchy would you be? Right. But you're going to school to learn, so it's like same with life. You got to get pushed out your comfort zone sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
But my bad. So yeah, you do have some important people. Obviously, your family. Yeah. Do you have any mentors or inspirational people that you kind of look up to? That
I definitely did. Like, my cousin, who essentially is like my big brother, was very. He probably doesn't. If he watches this, will be surprised I say this, but he was somebody I looked up to quite a bit. Where, you know, I am the eldest of my brother and I, so I'm the older child, and I became the middle child with him. So I looked up to him not only as an older brother, but also a father figure in regards, and somebody to learn a lot of things off of. And then, you know, I have my music people that I, you know, appreciate. And a lot of it is watching people and learning sometimes what not to do, or how to do things differently, or trying to find out things on your own, which doesn't go well sometimes. But not a ton of mentors at the moment.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot of me now feeling like I need to be that person, now being a father.
Right.
So I feel, and obviously I don't know everything. I still feel like I'm a kid. You know, it's a weird trip, like going, oh man, I'm 31, bro. When did that happen?
Right.
So, now also having a 1-year-old, so trying to be that person for her and act like I know everything, like probably how everyone's parents were when they had their kids. I don't know everything, but I ain't gonna let you know that I don't know everything.
Well, now I know, but
yeah, right now I know.
Yeah. No, but that's a cool mentality. I mean, you always want to be confident, but I mean, always be a student. You always want to be learning, man.
For sure.
Otherwise, you stop getting better. You know what I mean? Like, always want to learn. But I do encourage you, have a team. I mean, I know you and I talk a lot, but have someone you can trust and really just lay it out for them. That's key. It's so important. I admit I try to do it myself many of times, and I just realized like I'm not getting where I need to be. But if you have somebody you trust and somebody you can literally lean on, that means they believe in you and they're like, hey, you're going to do this.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest advice to you, whether it's me or somebody else.
For sure.
That's huge.
And my wife's really good about, pushing me to do things that I don't necessarily want to do sometimes.
Yes, she is.
She's very strong, and she'll let me know when I need a good nudge, or she's there for me when, I'm having a tough go.
Right.
She's definitely an emotional, I wouldn't say crutch, but she's definitely somebody I can go to when I'm needing a crutch. Like, just give me a break, like mentally and emotionally, like help me kind of deal. So she's definitely important in that aspect for sure. I think one of my, like you said with the team, because I know you have your team for doing this, me trying to do, not to bring it back to music, but like doing my music thing is like, it's tough because I would love to have, my crew of however many, I got people that are giving me like, change your lyrics up, and that was easy back in the day when I first started, because there was a group of 10 of us all the time, roughly 10, that would bounce ideas off of each other, that kind of thing. And it became a competition. So your verse is trash, I'm gonna rewrite, I'm gonna murder you on like this track. It became a competition, which was fun. And it was never like, hasty or anything. It was just more of a, friendly competition. But sometimes it is tough when you want to do it by yourself.
100%.
Where if you want to get stuff done, sometimes, in at least my point of view with doing my music, sometimes I have to do it by myself.
Oh yeah.
Because if I have too many things going, like too many voices going on, it gets difficult to actually get product finished. But at the same time, do I miss having everyone around, trying to get features and verses and all that stuff? So
no, that's true. It's definitely a balance. Life is like a movie sometimes.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Ain't that the truth? I mean, I think about that. It's such a movie at times, man. You can start happy, it gets rough. You can either it ends on a happy note, certain moments, or they don't. So my question to you, Sky, on that note, in life, do you find yourself more happy and fulfilled when you receive from somebody, whether it's love, attention, affection, physical gift, or do you feel more fulfilled when you give to somebody and you see how much of a difference that makes?
I honestly have a hard time accepting gifts.
Do you?
Oh yeah, it's a weird. Like, I enjoy them and I very much appreciate them.
Right.
When I get them, it's a weird thing I've had since I was a kid.
Okay.
Where even like on my birthdays, I was like, "Don't sing me happy birthday."
Oh shit.
Oh, it was a weird. No, I love giving gifts, especially if it's somebody that you have the perfect gift. Not just specifically like presents in this situation, but I'm more of somebody that would rather give a gift than receive. It's a weird, like I said, a thing that I've had since a kid. I'd much rather see somebody be happy than myself sometimes.
That fills your cup.
And I will say that's probably been something that I need to work on.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Taking care of, like, I like to make sure other people are happy.
Yeah.
And that's become a really big thing in my life, which like you said, fills my cup. Yeah. But at the same time,
it could be a burden.
It is.
Could be a burden.
I'll be honest with you. It's tough. Where sometimes it's a lot, and it would be nice and then I feel like a jerk for feeling like I would like something. You know what I mean? So it's the weird guilt of yourself of feeling that way.
Right.
But yeah, it's tough trying to receive stuff, because then I feel like, why'd you get me something?
Yeah.
Not that I'm not appreciative, like I said, but it's a weird. Now I feel guilty,
Right.
even though I shouldn't be.
No, you deserve it, man. You got to say it with your chest at times and just really say, hey, I've earned this. Like, I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be paid attention to, or whatever it is. You do, because you give so much in life, and that's so much energy that at times it's just like it's a strength and a weakness, right? Like, you're taking it in so much and you're giving out so much love, affection, gifts, whatever. It's a little bit of both. And I always tell people, like, man, like, it took me a while to really realize, like, hey, I deserve something too. My value is up here. And that's something, I mean, if I'm you, I would take you. You're valuable, man. You're up here.
And it's not to say that, people don't do that for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know that.
But it's tough where I just feel undeserving sometimes. Right. And it's a weird, like, it probably comes from childhood stuff. So,
gotcha. Yeah.
But
childhood stuff is rooted in us.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I have a tough time getting stuff.
Yeah, that is funny, because that's a question I was just thinking about with you: strength and weaknesses, and like, you literally just answered it right there, which is cool. Because I would honestly, I agree with you and me. Like, that's my strength, is I want to make sure everybody's good, and like, I will serve and help till I'm depleted.
Yeah,
and I think it's a strength, but also on the same side, it's a weakness.
Yeah, and that's something that I've gone over with in counseling and stuff a few times, where I'm like, I need to be able to. I think the thing is, it's not that people aren't taking care of me. Right. I think it's me taking care of myself is a lot of the problem. Gotcha. I put a lot of my focus on other stuff versus me trying to take care of my well-being a lot of the time, which is always tough. Where I kind of just put myself bottom shelf on what things need to be taken care of, which is something I'm working on. So,
man, I got stories for days, but me, I had to go. As you probably already know, when I deleted social media, I disappeared, because I had to find that substance in me. Because when you go through a door, you can't take 10 people through the door at the same time with you. Sure. And when you're going through your door to get to something where you want to be the best you have to go through. And once you're strong enough, maybe you can go back and get those ones you love. Of course, your child, wifey, everything. Right. But you got to be the best you before you're the best husband. I don't care, father, leader, whatever it is. And that's something I had to do, man. And I say that from my heart, man. Like, straight up, you always got to take care of you. And that's what I try to remind myself every day. I write down affirmations and tell myself, Desmond, be the best you. If you're going to claim that title of peacekeeper, I got to take myself through that door and be the best possible version of me. Otherwise, I'm not as valuable to everyone around me.
That's fair.
I'm not. And it took me 2 years to realize that. I thought I was going through life just being cool with it. And it took me 2 years, man, to say, Desmond, you have to dig deeper. And man, it hit, man. It really did. Really did. So shout out to you, man. I always got you, but especially even going through whether it's counseling or whatever, you just be the best you, man.
Yeah.
And then everything else will come. Everything
for sure. I mean, I had my moment of weakness last night, because, as you know, I text you being like, hey, I don't know how I feel about coming on tomorrow, because I'm not in like the best mental space where I feel like I'm wanting, because like we talked about, the show wants to spread positivity and uplift and all of that. And I wasn't feeling very positive yesterday, or feeling positive about myself. So why would I go on something and try and pretend to be positive where yesterday I was in a way different space than where I was today.
Right.
So, and you sent me a nice thing that made me feel welcome and comfortable, and you're like, own it, kind of thing. So, very appreciative of that. So
always, man. It's just from the outside looking in. You know, we've been boys for 10 plus years, but you valuable, man, and that's what's huge. And yet again, we all question ourselves at times. I think the only person that didn't is maybe like Michael Jordan and Kobe, but we gotta remind ourselves, and that's why I preach reminders. We all have moments of weakness, man. For you to just trust and believe in my words, to say, you know what, we can do this, because that's what this show, what this podcast is about, is bringing our problems in, but dissecting them and defeating them eventually.
Right.
And I mean, just listening to you today gave me ideas and tools going ahead. Because yet again, we are always students. We're always learning.
For sure.
And that shouldn't make you invaluable, because you're always going to learn more. But the ones that stop learning is the ones that I feel like die in the comfort zone.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's facts, man.
And it's easy. It's easy in the comfort zone.
It's easy.
You know, I mean, I'm a product of being in the comfort zone a lot of times. So, as we all are.
As we all is.
So,
we have our things.
Oh, yeah.
You know. But I had to get up. I got up. Comfort zone. I didn't even want to go to the gym today. I was like, oh, we're podcasting tonight.
That's fair. Yeah.
But you know what? I got up and I said, I got there, kind of circling back to the team thing.
Yeah.
My buddy Eric was there. Eric Diaz, salute to you, man. He just felt it. He was like, dude, you're tired. I was like, I'm tired. He's like, and you're not motivated. Usually you're the one carrying us.
Right.
And I looked that man in his eye and said, you're going to carry us today. I said, you tell me what we're working
Pass
out.
the torch for today. Yeah.
And bruh, let me tell you, man, yet again, having a team, that dude took it. He'd been working out with me for a year, and he got me to a workout. Circling back to the team thing.
Sure. Sure. I got you. So
yeah, bro. But Sky, man, any last questions, any last things you want to do before we air out of this podcast?
I'm going to put you on the spot. It's not a very important question at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
You got me.
Because you were one of the first people I showed anything music-wise that I made. Besides Saturday Night, what's your favorite song of mine? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Besides Saturday Night.
Because I know that's your answer. That's your song every time I ask you that question.
Still on my playlist.
I know.
Man.
You tell me that, and that's so embarrassing, because that's like 15-year-old Peep Squeak like voice of mine. So.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's fair.
I be jamming.
That's fair. No, I appreciate it. I'm glad you still listen to it. Gosh,
honestly, I think I have to go. You guys had that hype one for Springfield High School.
I knew you were going to say that.
Really hype me, man.
That's fair.
I still be just okay. You guys have so much heart in it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You did. That one, and then also the one, oh my gosh, what was it on the new album? I'm spacing it, but you had the ladies talking towards it in there.
Oh, Brittany and Melinda?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Their solo song?
Yeah, that was fire.
That was good.
I ain't gonna lie.
They had a good time with that. And I was like, dang, you guys are going to shine me on my own album?
And I'm shouting them out. Those two. Oh, man, they did good.
Yeah. No, they wrote that all, too. That was all them. They picked the sounds and everything. So that was all on them.
It reminded me of when they go Maybach music.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost should have like recorded like a tagline from that or something to like throw on the jump of a lot of tracks. So,
right.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
That's fair.
Yeah. So those all stick out to me for sure, man. For sure. But man, Sky, I appreciate having you on, man.
For sure, I appreciate it.
It's holiday season. I brought out my sweater.
I brought out my prisoner jumpsuit. It's okay. Halloween. It's 2 months late. Jose would be proud.
Oh, Jose's gonna be proud.
Jose's gonna be real proud.
Chico's gonna be. It's like Nightmare Before Christmas in a way.
There you go. There you go. We'll take it. That was totally rehearsed and planned. So you're welcome, America.
World. But no, world, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Garage Talks. I hope this episode is a gift to you. I just appreciate you guys. Skylar, I appreciate you taking time.
Appreciate you, yeah. Thank you.
Just putting it out there, man. Yeah. World, we thank you so much. Having my guy Skylar here was tremendous. Always a good time. So I just want to go ahead and say happy holidays to y'all. Merry Christmas. And we catch you on the next episode. All right, world, bless up. We out of here. Garage Talks 5417.